This is fully cleared, as we were covering. Epps is making good progress. He's out of the boot, or he can walk out of the boot, so he's able to walk with the shoes on now, put a little weight on the foot. So I feel like he's moving in a good direction, and Galen's fully cleared as well. So we're as healthy as we've been in a while. Hopefully we can get Galen back next, not Galen, get Epps back full go next week, and we'll go from there. So didn't play particularly well defensively on Tuesday. Very disappointing. Just poor outing defensively. We got a ton of stuff to work on there. Our offense was jittery, but we didn't turn the ball over but 10 times. And, we took some poor shots, and our movement wasn't very good. And tried to do too much off the bounce, not enough assists. So we've got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to work on. We played a little bit harder than we've been playing, but we can play a lot harder than we played. And so we got a lot of work to do between now and the first game.
When you look at the number of threes that you guys took, was that a number that's okay with you? I mean,
I'm fine with it if they're better shots. We just took too many contested shots. I thought 6 or 7 of them were shots that were just, we didn't want to have any fortitude and get in the paint and make something happen, so we just settled for the path of least resistance, which was hoist up the longest 3 we could hoist up. There's 3 or 4 other ones where we had Wap had the guy sealed on his back. I mean, Wap shooting 57% between our scrimmage and the game, and we got guys shooting 30%. And we got guys jacking up threes, shooting 30% when we got Wap wide open with somebody on his back. You need to throw the ball inside and let us play inside out. That's what we're going to have to do. And so I thought, 24 is not a bad number if the threes are good threes. We should be able to hit the way we shoot it, 10 out of 24. But when you're taking bad threes, you're not going to make many of them.
How are you guys on those injury passes, and how is he finishing with it?
Thought he did a pretty good job when he got deep post position. Thought he did a pretty nice job finishing. I mean, he's our best offensive option, and the second option is not even close to as good as where he is. So he's our best offensive option. We're going to play through him, and we're going to feed the ball into him. We're going to feed him even more. We didn't get him enough touches. There was 3 or 4 more times we could have gotten him the ball where we took some ill-advised shots.
That's the biggest problem what he did last year. That's a big change for his role last year. So how much have you communicated that with him and to him?
Oh, it's been communicated to the whole team where the ball's going to go. They all are well aware of where the ball's going to go.
What was the biggest problems on defense when you looked at the
film? God. Defense, our help defense was non-existent. We were hugged up to our men on the weak side. Our point of attack defense was poor. Our ability to follow a scouting report wasn't very good. We just got whipped time and time on the ball and got put in poor rotation. It was all stuff that we've, I'm self-critical now. I'll look at myself when things go wrong. I mean, I'm the first guy to blame. I'm the one you blame. But this was all stuff that we've taught for 6 months, and we just had huge breakdowns. And we've got to get it corrected. And part of the problem is I'm playing some of the wrong guys. So we've been trying some of these guys and hoping they'd come around defensively, and the experiments are over. And so we're going to play some different guys, and we're going to play some different lineups, and we're going to give some other guys a chance. We have some guys who have history with not being able to guard, and that's been well documented. And so, I'm the idiot for keep trying some of these combinations. So that's gonna change. We're gonna give some of these other guys a chance. It can't be any worse. And we gave up 84 points, so it's not gonna be any worse. That's the way I look at it.
You told them yesterday, or were they
this morning?
Okay.
This morning, they were off yesterday. We had a nice film session this morning at 6 a.m. They're all well aware of how I feel and who I think needs to be a little bit better at what specific areas.
At the point guard spot, I think you got 2 assists from Randy and Trey. Do you tinker with that?
Oh yeah, we're gonna mess with. I mean, our best point guards right now are Skylar and Trey, and so we're gonna have to play with those guys and get better at those spots. I think Trey's he really's had some good practices before the scrimmage. He didn't play as well, but part of it was not his fault. Part of it was our wings weren't spaced properly. Our screens weren't set at the proper angle. We weren't able to get him going. So a lot of it was not his doing. It was his teammates not helping him out enough. And so, we'll get that stuff corrected. That's on me to get that stuff corrected, and we'll get that stuff corrected. But a lot of that was, I think Trey's going to be a very good point guard for us, and we're going to we're going to have to live with some mistakes, but he's a talented kid. And he's the one guy we got who can get in the paint and get by people.
Was it good for you guys to have this a live exhibition?
I think
instead
so.
of
It was
two
good for our
scrimmages?
players. I mean, I knew what was coming. I think some of our guys were a little bit surprised, but I could see it coming from a mile away. Our staff could see it coming. We've been talking about it. I mean, so it was good for our guys to get a sense for, hey, you know, maybe these guys aren't as dumb as I think sometimes. Like, I mean, we called this shot. This wasn't very difficult to call. But I think it was good. Now we got some film. I mean, that big screen didn't lie. And so you got some film to show. And you know, our standards just aren't high enough. You know, when you raise the standards a little bit, they feel like they've done something. Well, the standards are a lot higher than where we are right now. It's just not good enough. What we've been doing is not good enough. And so we've got to continue to move forward.
How important is it to have that film to kind of break it down to them so it's like tangible proof that, hey, this works, you guys didn't do this. If you do this, we can make those corrections.
Well, it's important. I mean, you know, we're going to start about that today. So I mean, that part's important. But you know, we got to see how we respond.
The bench, I think, was 3 of 19 or 3 of 20 or something like that. When you talk about the lineup changes, do you try to do something different to maybe get some more production on that?
Our offense is jittery. So, I mean, and the guys who are supposed to be able to make shots aren't making shots and aren't making plays. So we might as well put our best defenders out there. What's the point in playing all these guys who are supposed to score if they can't score? And they're not guarding anybody. That's been proven. We haven't guarded in a while. So, I mean, what are we doing? That's going to be our identity of our program. We're going to play the best guys, give us the best chance to win and best chance to guard. That's me. I overplayed some of the guys, and that's on me. But that's not going to happen again. We're going to get that correct. That's my fault.
Explain jittery to me. Like, when you say that, what do you mean?
Jittery?
Yeah, with the offense.
We're just not clean. Like, the cuts aren't clean. They're thinking too much. The spacing's not right. I mean, it's all spacing. It's all spacing. We don't sprint to where we're supposed to sprint to. We don't get into it quick enough. But I'm gonna, you know, you get offensive freedom when you play really, really hard defensively. If you're not going to play as hard as we want you to play defensively, then I'm going to control the offense too. So we're just going to rein everything back in, and I'll make sure the right guys are getting shots, and the right guys, like I said, we're going to throw the thing in the post. Tried and true basketball. It's very simple. Throw the thing in the post. Wop's good enough where if it's one-on-one down there, he's going to score. If it's not one-on-one down there, that means somebody's helped, and then our perimeter players are good enough where if you're playing 4-on-3 on the perimeter, we can make a play. So that's what we're going to do. Simple basketball. And we're not capable of making those decisions yet, so I'm going to make them, and I'll control that, and I'll run that, and that'll just be how we do it.
Attention to detail is kind of what it sounds like.
Very poor.
Those little things.
Very, very poor. Not a lot went well. Not a lot went well. You can't sugarcoat that. You can't sugarcoat that. Some of our guys think our standards may be a little high. Well, that's just the way it's going to be. We're not giving in. We're not lowering our expectations or lowering our standards. That would not be doing anybody any good.
Is Combs maybe a guy that can help with some of those areas?
I hope so. We rebounded the ball better than I thought we would, so that was a positive. But Combs is a good screener. He's a live body. You know, I'm hoping he can help us. He just hasn't been healthy since he's been here. So I mean, I'm relying on 2-year-old game tape in North Texas. So I mean, who knows? Who knows how he'll react? But we're hopeful. We need somebody else down there who's sturdy. You know, we got Wop down there who's sturdy. We need somebody else down there who's got some girth and is sturdy and can hold their ground down there in the post. What
have you seen from Aaron Epps so far that makes you think that he can contribute and kind of get things maybe going a little bit better on the offensive side? We really miss him. He's a big piece to what we're doing. We miss him. He's a weapon. I mean, he would have a couple of those open threes. Some of those other guys were taking. He'd have taken and he'd have knocked him down. I mean, he's a weapon. He just gives us a little more height. You can't shoot over top of us at the 4 spot. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he's gonna help us quite a bit.
How long has he been out?
Going on probably 10 days now. I mean, look, he's gonna be. You know, I'm not sitting here blowing smoke. I told you Sky gotten better, he's gotten better. I told you Wop's gotten better, he's gotten better. I told you Epps was the other guy who's gotten better. I promise you, he's gotten better. All right, those are the 3 most improved players. It showed when we played I mean, Sky and Wop were our 2 leading scorers. Epps would have been right up there with them. Those are our 3 most consistent, hardest working guys.
You got a week and a day to instill defense. What do you want to try to get?
Well, we've been working on it for 6 months, so I mean, we've just got to get better. We got to play a little bit harder with what we're doing. I mean, just got to play. We got to play it better. We know what to do. We just got to play it better, and we got to have a want to play it better.
So what are the refinements now that you want to try to do?
There's no refinements. We have to execute what we know to execute. There's nothing else to refine. We've taught everything. They know what to do, and now we just got to do it. We got to execute what we're supposed to execute. There's no